Okay, now, so let's actually take the system apart. So you can see what's going on inside. I don't think we're going to see anything too wacky. Kind of see how that looks on camera. Let's see how much that system's in. Or if I got to back up, yeah. Here, let's move this up a little bit so you can really see everything going on here. You only need 2 tools to open an Xbox One. I usually use this plunger. You usually see these with iPhone repair kits, that kind of thing, but you can get them online really cheap too. The great thing about the outer case is you don't actually have to do any screws or pry anything. Well, you pry, but you don't have to. You don't need any real specialty tools like you used to use for the 360. But the first thing we're going to do, this is the side with the bind button, is we're just going to lift off this piece. There's nothing really holding it in except some clips. So we kind of just put the splunger in there and then pull upward. When I say, you know, just kind of put it in one of these fins and then pull. And once you get it started, there's just a bunch of little clips all around the outer side here. You just kind of pull up on them. A little bit of trouble getting the other side, but there. There you go. Comes off just like that. Now with this off, there's this panel right behind the bind button. And let's see, this actually holds the 2 sides of the case together, but it's also, I don't have too much trouble pulling that out. Should just kind of slide here. There we go. A couple holes there to help you kind of take it out, but this just slides out like that, and it would slide back in like this. It actually holds the case together. It serves 2 purposes. Holds the case together, and behind the bind button, it keeps it kind of steady. I believe it's touch sensitive, but at the same time, it seems to work better when this piece is in there. I'll note that later when you're trying to actually use the USB drive with the system open. You really want that piece in there. Anyways, so that's the first part there, and then the next phase here is to start doing the clip part of things. Now, let's see. It's kind of hard to do it. Usually I have this on my lap doing it, but yeah, there we go. So you want to push down on the top and then pull up on the bottom. And in so doing, you can see the clips kind of come apart like that. Now, I've got some separation here, and that's where, again, this little splunger thing comes in handy. Go, pull it again. There we go. And that's the clip coming apart. So now we can kind of run the splunger along here. Kind of undo more clips. Let's see here. There's a clip every so. Let's see if I can get them to go. There we go. So you don't want to really apply too much force. You just kind of want to. And also, that's the reason I use the plastic sponger, so that if you use a metal one, it's very easy to scratch the plastic. With something like that, with something like this, the plastic won't. It's difficult. There we go. We just kind of keep going along. Let's see. Get the last. Hopefully, this shows up on camera. I'm probably blocking most of the light, but let's see here. I'm gonna go a little further down. There's only a few clips here. All right, so I'm going to slide all the way down here. There we go. Okay, there. So once you get all those back clips, now you can kind of see it. Let me try to get on my light here. You can see what we're trying to do is lift this forward, the top part forward, and that goes back. And you see you got all the clips out that way. And now this side here just kind of continues the same process of there's one more clip, I think, right here on the front. And you can kind of, again, do the same thing, kind of lift the... I mean, honestly, you could kind of do it without the splunger. Just gonna keep my head out of the shot here. All right, come on. Not quite sure the pain in the butt here. This is just one last clip on the end. Should have already. All right, let's get another plunger. Okay, we'll continue here. All right, let's try to do this the more normal way here. There. Do not know why that was so difficult, but anyways, that's the last clip. And now we get to the front faceplate here. And we kind of want to push down. It's this should pop out. All right, what? I'm trying not to apply too much force here, but this is this one is being quite finicky. There we go. Okay. So some dust in here. That's a good sign. That means it probably hasn't been opened. Okay. Here, I just want you to look. So let me take this off of here. And I'll let you guys kind of see inside here. Sorry for the really poor lighting, but yeah, so you can see all these clips here on that side. But right here's the bit you got to watch out for. Let me see if I can do this kind of one-handed so you can see it. You basically want to push that out like that, and then those plastic clips like that, and then this kind of just pulls off. Bam, done. Now you got everything kind of separated out. Okay, sorry about that. Change of angle. So I was saying, this front RF board, some clips here. You got your speaker here. Take that off. You got your antenna. That's actually for the controllers. It's probably also for the Wi-Fi as well. Anyways, there you go. So it's apart. Yeah, at least the case is apart anyways. All right, so what's left is all the screws. And there are plenty of them. They're all Torx bits. Here, I'm going to put this down for a second. They're all number 8 Torx. Okay. So I have kind of this this Home Depot multi-tool here. What's cool about this is it comes with, you put a bunch of Torx. It has a tool of 8 bits. And they just stay in the cap there. I won't worry about that too much. So right now I have the 8. I think the 8's what we need. I might be wrong on that. Might need this. Yeah, I could probably go with a 10. Let's look at the 10. I guess 10's probably the way to go. 9. It's a 10. Okay. That there. Okay, I'll go back here. I'll try to put this at an angle you can see kind of what's going on here. Okay. All right. So here we go. So there's a bunch of screws on top. I want to say they're all numbered. I think there's 8 large screws, and then there's about 4 smaller ones. You kind of see what I mean here. So first we're going to take all the long screws out. The long screws look about like that. That's 1. 2. There's 3, 4 going straight down the center here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's 8 altogether. Okay, 3. 4. So yeah, I did apply some force. It was kind of tight. Like I said, I don't think the system's ever been opened before. So the clips were pretty tight. But so you feel like you're applying more force than you probably should. But it's okay. It'll eventually come apart as long as you know kind of where the clips are and you kind of apply the pressure in the right places. You'll be fine. All right, so that was 7 on the top. Now there's some smaller screws here, actually on the Wi-Fi board, which is interesting. There's some red marker on that. I don't know if you can see that. You can't see that. You can see that. Some red marker on that Wi-Fi board. That's a little weird. That leads me to think that maybe something had been opened here. So let's just see if it pops off okay. Yeah, it's a little loose. It's interesting. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah. If you don't have this antenna cable attached, your system will still boot and everything, but the controllers will have to be really close to the system. It seems to have a direct effect on that. But anyways, so I got the main screws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is under the Wi-Fi board. So we're gonna take, there's 2 screws here you gotta take out. And those screws happen to be T10s. All right, that's why I was getting a little confused there. So, I mean, actually T8s, the system itself are the larger screws. These screws here are T10s. These are T8s. Take 2 of those off. And now all you do is basically lift straight up on this. There's a little clip on the bottom right corner. You know, so it just clips in there. Now with this off, see if that shows up. Yeah. Now with that off, you can get the screw that's right here underneath. Okay, we're gonna take that off. It's a T10. A T8 will work, it looks like, for all of them, but sometimes you want to use the appropriate size one so that it won't just spin on you. Anyway, so now we just lift this off. So I don't think the system has been opened before because everything has been pretty tight. I wanted to show you here. So the Wi-Fi board itself, there's a connector right there on the back. See if we can get that on the camera here. There we go. Yeah. So we're just gonna try to completely block it, but we're just gonna lift. Just lift straight off like that. Bam. Now you get this separated. Now you gotta remember to reconnect all this stuff when you want to test the system, because without it, the controllers won't sync. You could actually use a USB cable, the USB micro, to connect a controller instead of the Wi-Fi board. But all right, so another thing that lets me think this has been opened is this hard drive connector is up a little bit. It's not actually seated properly. So here, let's do this. So for the hard drive, there's just, again, 2 more connectors. They can just be lifted straight off. I'm going to take the hard drive out. See what I'm saying? How those connectors aren't really in there right. Anyways, so let's see if we can see what's going on with this hard drive. So we're gonna hook it up to a computer and see if it looks like it's formatted okay. All right, so we'll go over to that.